Yo, what's up, family? How's everybody doing today, man? I'm doing fantastic. So, I want to talk about healing a little bit, right? Holistic health is always on my mind, right? Mind, body, soul. Mind, body. I believe it's the mind, it's the emotions, it's the body, it's the spirit. These four houses need to be taken care of. So today I want to talk about how you can heal your mind, because many of us associate healing with just the physical body. Actually, healing cannot be isolated. Like even the physical body, suffer physically. It's not because you're suffering physically only. It's because it first manifested as a thought. What you're seeing, basically, is because that is the result of how you've been thinking, whether you're conscious of it or not. It doesn't mean or some entity, each one from somewhere, or some god. That's not the case. It's your actions and your thoughts, right? So we know that your actions, it has a lot to do with what you are putting in yourself and also the environment. Because what's on a day-to-day basis can actually make you sick, because it keeps you thinking and feeling in a certain way, and cells will produce certain chemicals inside of your body that are keeping you keeping you in a specific state that is toxic towards you. High blood pressure, more because of all of that. It's a lot of stress. But let's talk about how to heal your mind. I can attest to you that before 2013, I was in a perpetual state of negativity. I was aware, or the way I was thinking about myself and my future was negative, right? And they say 90% of our thoughts, right, go towards either the past, in the past, the things that have happened to you, the disappointments, the failures, the hurts, like all the anger, the things that went wrong, because over the person or today. And also a majority of our thoughts goes towards the future. Many of us are anxious about the future. We are worried. We are concerned. We are fearful. We don't know whether so we are constantly either thinking about the past or worrying about the future, right? And when we think about the past, it's mostly constantly negative. So we are hardly ever present. And these thoughts that we think about, just the past and the future, they are thoughts that like fear, anger, frustration, worry, doubt, concern, anxiety, So these thoughts all by themselves keep us constantly thinking negatively. And when we do that, it keeps us stuck. It keeps us frustrated. It keeps us angry. That's why about demeanor, you've seen those type of people, right? It's because their thoughts are mirrored on their face. Their face are a reflection of what they're constantly thinking. So what we need to realize is our mind is an automatic machine. All right, it's constantly thinking, just like your heart is always pumping blood, just like you're always sucking in breath, just like your cells are always rejuvenating and cleaning and working, just like your body is constantly working, so is your mind. Your mind is constantly busy. But the problem with the mind is this: the mind can either be programmed to think negatively, or we can be programmed to think positively. Unfortunately, because of society, most of us are programmed to think negatively. So because we think a lot negatively, then we cause reflections in the world and reflections in the body. So the body has got to produce what we're thinking, and the environment outside of us also has to reflect what we are thinking. So if you are not happy with how you look, if you're happy with what you feel like constantly, if you're not happy with what you do with your life, if you're not happy with your past, if you're worried and anxious about the future, if you are not in a place in your life where you enjoy who you are, where you are creating life where you are living life on your terms, if you are constantly stressed and anxious and angry and bitter and frustrated and feeling negative all the time, it is time for you to recognize that you are not your mind. that your mind is what is causing you problem, but you are the awareness behind the mind. You are consciousness. So the real you is not the mind thinking. The real you is the consciousness behind the mind. It's the one that can observe your thoughts. So with that being said, you have got to learn to think positively. But to think positively, you have got to change the program deliberately, which means if we unyaka change the way you think and feel about your life, you have got to change what you're constantly listening to, what you're watching, what you're reading, who you're hanging out with. You got to change the diet that you're feeding your mind. So you got to feed your mind positive information, positive songs, positive emotions, positive people. So you have to now deliberately work on making sure are now mostly positive, right? It's not that you're psyching yourself up because just think positive and your life will be different. Well, look, it's a start. The start of the process is you learning to think positively. Secondly, what you need to do is learn to meditate. And I'll tell you what, meditation allows you to consciously be in control of what you're thinking, because in the end, in order for you to heal your mind, you have got to be in control of your mind. Because if your mind is not in control, if you're not in control of your mind will think whatever it thinks, and it's mostly programmed negatively. So if unyako fodisha your life, if you want to heal your life, if you want to heal your mind, if you want to find peace in your life, in your mind, you've got to learn meditation, because meditation allows you to see what you're constantly thinking about and then deliberately, intentionally choose the type of thoughts on a day-to-day basis. And that's what's gonna help you change